Hello, pre-K. We are going to read our wonder story, our first one for the week. This one is called A Feast for 10, and it's by Cathryn Falwell, and she wrote the words and she drew the pictures, which means that she is, what friends? The author and the illustrator. Very good. So let's dive right into our story. We're going to be listening. It's a counting story, but we're also going to pay attention to what's happening in the story and when the family does their different things that we will see them doing. So we're going to count, but we're also going to pay attention to what the people are doing in the story. Okay, so one cart into the grocery store. So there's a number one. So they're going to the grocery store. Do you like going to the grocery store with your mom or dad? Yeah. All right, let's see what they find. 2 pumpkins for pie. 3 chickens to fry. Oh, this is sounding like a delicious meal so far. 4 children off to look for more. All right, so maybe mom asked them to go find something for them. Have you, let's see what they find. Maybe they'll find some different things for their meal. 5 kinds of beans and 6 bunches of greens. They found some healthy foods. That's so good. What healthy foods do you like to get when you go to the grocery store? Ooh, very good. 7 dill pickles stuffed in a jar. 8 ripe tomatoes and 9 plump potatoes. 10 hands help to load the car. So what are the 10 hands that are helping load the car? What do they mean when they say 10 hands? Who do we see helping mom load the car? Yeah, the brothers and the sisters. Her children are helping her load the car. It's so good to help mommy and daddy, right? What do you like to do to help your mom? That's good. I'm so glad to hear that you are helping at home. Then 1 car home from the grocery store. So we're going to count again, starting from 1, but now they're not at the grocery store. Where do you think they are? 1 car home from the grocery store. Yeah, they're at home. They're at home now. And look, Dad's there to greet them. So they're all, and look, they're helping bring in the groceries. All right. Let's see what happens next. 2 will look. So 2 are watching and 3 will cook. Who are the 3 that are cooking? Yeah, the mom is cooking and then the brother and sister are helping. Good. 4 will taste and ask for more. Ooh, don't you just love tasting things while things are being cooked? So delicious. 5 empty cans, 6 pots and pans. All right. So we can see they're recycling. Oh, that's great to see they're putting their cans in the recycling. And then mom is putting the pies in the oven. All right, 7 more carrots to wash and peel. Have you ever helped wash or peel carrots? Yeah, it's kind of it's a little bit tricky, but it's great to see that they're helping. So they're using their tool to take off the skin off the carrots that they can be cut and put into their meal. 8 platters down, 9 chairs around. All right, so they're setting the table. and 10 hungry folks to share the meal. So how many people are eating the meal together? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you see grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, the brothers and sisters. Looks like there might be an uncle there too. So nice to see families eating together, right, friends? So we counted up to 10 2 times, and we got to look at those numbers because this week we're going to be starting to talk about numbers and how to make them. And then you can see they're eating jelly beans. I love jelly beans. Aren't they so good? Right, friends. So let's see what you can remember from our story. What was the first thing that the family did? What did we see them doing first in the story? Good remembering. So to make, and if you can't remember what happened in the beginning of the story, you can always use your book and look back. So let's do that. Let's go to our story and open up to the beginning of the story. And if you need a little refresher to remember what happened in the story, the first thing they did is, what are they doing here? Good. They're getting a cart and they're going into the grocery store. So the first thing they did was go into the grocery store to pick the food for their dinner. Very good. And what was the last thing we saw the family doing together? Yes, very good. And if you can't remember what happened at the end of the story, what can you do? You got it. We can flip to the end of the story. All right, so here we are. The end of the story. What do we see them all doing? They're eating the dinner together. Very good. They all worked together to make. Isn't that so nice? That they all helped each other make the dinner and helped set the table and helped get ready and even pick the food that they would cook. And then they sat down to enjoy the meal together. It's wonderful. So now, friends, we counted how many people were at the feast. Do you remember? There were 10. Very good. What was your favorite part of the story? What did you like seeing the most in our story? Oh, I love that part too. My favorite part was seeing the mom and the children cooking together. Wasn't that, I always think that's so fun, right? Okay, so now, friends, we saw a lot of foods in our story, right? So, and they would put them in order. So we saw pumpkins to make pie, chickens to fry. What do we notice about those two words? Pie and fry. They rhyme. Very good. So we saw beans and greens. More rhyming words. And we saw pickles, 8 tomatoes, 9 potatoes, right? So they put them in order of how many there were. So they are going like 8, 9, and then after that comes 10. So what I want you to try to do is to draw 2 of the foods from the story and do it in order. Can you remember 2 of the foods that they put in order with each other? Let's see. Let me show you what I mean by that. So in our story, we saw the foods, and you saw 2 pumpkins and 3 chickens. So if you wanted to, you could choose to draw 2 pumpkins and 3 chickens. And those are 2 foods that come in order of how many there are. So does that kind of make sense? So there's two. So for this activity, what you're gonna do, you could draw 2 pumpkins or 3 chickens, or let's turn to the next page. They got 5 beans and 6 greens. So you could draw 5 beans or 6 greens. So that could be, looks like spinach, or it could be like a different vegetable. So you would draw 5 beans or 6 greens, or you could even do 7 pickles and 8 tomatoes, or you could do 8 tomatoes and 9 potatoes. So those are all some things that you could draw. Which 2 do you want to draw in your picture? That's a good idea. So you can draw this picture with your crayons, or you could even do a pencil to kind of start with. And when you do that, I can't wait to see it. Please post it on the homeroom app. I would love to see what foods you chose to draw about that were from our story. All right, friends. So really good job following along, and I will see you next time.